Well, this week's Market Monitor says today's jobs report increases the odds that the Fed will pull back on its stimulus this fall. He also says the key words for the financial markets is visibility. He's Wayne Kaufman, Chief Market Analyst with Rockwell Securities. Mr. Kaufman, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
You know, in recent days, as worry about the cessation or the dialing back of stimulus trickled through the markets, stocks generally went down. But today, on the good jobs news, they went up. Why?
Well, you know, it was great to see. But first of all, let's keep in mind that this has been a low volume week, and today was a low volume day. So the effect was probably exaggerated by the low volume. But this is the big daddy of economic reports. The economy is 70% consumer oriented, and the consumer has to have jobs. So when we see the job picture improving, maybe it's too slow for some, but it is improving. Well, that's an important thing, and it gives people confidence, and consumers will have money in their pockets with which to buy things.
Let's take some of the questions that have been written into us from our viewers. And Howie L. wrote in about GE. He says, the stock seems to be stuck in the mud. I cannot understand how a company so diversified and productive seems to have lost favor with investors. What do you think?
You know, I think he hit the nail on the head with the question. I'm neutral on GE. There's just nothing exciting going on there. They don't have much revenue growth. They do have a nice dividend. They probably just will trade with the market. So I'm neutral on the name.
All right, let's move on to Dr. Rosie G. in Portland wants to know about Hewlett-Packard. She's retired and would like you to discuss the future of Hewlett-Packard stock.
I'm a fan of Hewlett-Packard. They've surpassed analyst estimates for their last 2 quarters, which is something I always look for. The chart is bullish, which means the stock is going higher. And the test on Hewlett-Packard will be, should the stock go up to the $30 area? Right now, it's a little over 25. Should it go to 30, there's some resistance there. If it breaks there, then that's going to be great for the chart. But I think that people are expecting that the PC business, which has been soft, everybody knows, is going to make a nice recovery in the second half of the year. And they've been beating estimates in spite of weak PC business. So I think that speaks very well for them.
On to Tom S., who wants to know about Ford stock and where it's headed. They've had great truck sales and good car sales, too.
I'm a fan of Ford. The stock recently broke out nicely, making new highs, so it, too, has a bullish chart. Ford, like Hewlett-Packard, has been beating estimates, but they've done it for 5 quarters in a row. That's very good. I think everybody heard the news that domestic auto sales were terrific. Ford is also doing very well in China. So they're really hitting on all cylinders, and I think there's more upside for the stock.
All right, let's go to Margaret in Redwood City, California. She's interested in 3D printing. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of talk about it. She says, quote, I work at Stanford and I'm surrounded by people innovating, including 3D imaging for healthcare. What do you think of this one?
Well, there's no doubt that the 3D group has been one of the most exciting things to come along in technology or in the economy. It's just potentially a game changer. And like all groups that catch the imagination of the public, it becomes highly valued. So I view all of these stocks, there's 3 others along with DDD. There's XONE, PRLB, and SSYS. I view them all as trading stocks until this becomes a more mature industry where we can see a little further down the road. But it's definitely a very exciting space to be in.
Wayne, do you have any disclosures you'd like to tell us about, whether you own any of these or your funds do?
I do not know, and Rockwell does not own any either.
All right, Wayne Kaufman, thank you very much. Wayne is Chief Market Analyst with Rockwell Securities.